Dear devotees, here we are. It's Monday. It is Monday. It is Monday, and I hope that the sound is okay. Sound is okay? Okay, all right, very good. Sachi Devi, thank you very much. Udaran Prabhu, thank you very much. Gangalila Devi Rasi also giving a thumbs up. So that's a good sign that all over the world the sound is okay. All right, dear devotees, we'll begin. The recording is taking place. So let's begin with our Vandanam as we do to make an auspicious start. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Trije Namaha. And Panchatattva Mahamantra and Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, so dear devotees, please remember to go into the interpretation or language and select English or Russian or Portuguese. Huh? Right. Wait, Portuguese is coming. It's coming soon. we have one of your Portuguese fans here, Navakishori. Has the headphone in, she's with us, but hearing the Portuguese. And our Brazilian family just nearby, next room over in Brazil. Hare Krishna. Welcome to everyone. Monday Zoom, and we've got the subject of this week, which is my birth has passed in vain. Oh dear. Sounds very sad. Well, it is very sad in that sense, but it is meant as an inspiration. So Srila Gurudev said that Srila Guru Maharaj gave instruction. He said that at almost every meeting that I was present in, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti-Rakha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, would order me to sing these songs. And these two songs are Hari Hari Bifale Janama Goinu, and by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And the second one is not in the present songbook, but will be in the songbook presently. It is, the text is under proofing right now, it's completed, and the other song is Hari Hari Boroshela Marame Rohila. I don't think it's in this songbook that we have. But Srila Gurudev said that Guru Maharaj would ask him to sing these songs at almost every meeting they were in. And so it befits us to read at least the translation of these. They're both in Bengali, and they're from a book of Pratana, Sri Pratana. They're two songs from that book. So the first one, and the translators do have these links. Okay, we're doing good. Hare Krishna. Yes, welcome Lavanyamoy in London. Govinda Govinda. And behind the camera, beside the camera, Pandita. And Leela Amrita and Prapanna Prabhu. Now in South Italy. They've gone right down to the very last part of Italy. After that is only the sea. So we miss you here, both of you, very much. Okay, so anyway, I certainly greeting every devotee. We've got the big screen today. We can see everyone on the screen. And make it even bigger. There we are. All right. And so our obeisances to you all. I know we said the obeisances prayer in our 4 verses that we sang as Vandana, but obeisances indeed. Bancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evasha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So the first of the songs, it is not just for singing the Bengali. You all know, and you all know how much Srila Gurudev stressed we should know what we are singing. So I'll read the translation. O Lord, O Lord, 2 times, my birth has passed in vain. I have obtained a human birth, but I have not served Radha and Krishna. Knowingly and having heard better, I have drunk poison. Why didn't I develop attachment to Hari Nam Sankirtan, to the wealth and love of Goloka? My heart burns day and night in the poisonous fire of samsara, but I have not made any attempt to relieve it. Samsara, the worldly life of the family life, birth, death, old age, and disease, going on and on. So my heart burns day and night in the poisonous fire of samsara, but I have not made any attempt to relieve it. The prince of Braja has become the son of Shachi. So, do I need to ask if you know who is the prince of Braja? Braja is Vrindavan, and the prince of Braja is sweet Sri Krishna, reality the beautiful. So that's the prince of Braja. And the son of Shachi means Shachi, Nandana means Vishvamba, Gauranga Sundar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the prince of Braja has become the son of Shachi. So Krishna has become Gauranga Sundar. And Balaram has become Nitai, Nityananda. With the name of Hari, they have delivered all the poor and fallen souls. Jagai and Madhai are evidence of this. And we are still trying to recover from the reading from Chaitanya Bhagavat of Jagai and Madhai's sinfulness and their wonderful deliverance. Very, very strong section in Chaitanya Bhagavat of that description. Next verse, the last verse of this song, just 4 verses. O Lord, O son of Nanda, that's Krishna, Nanda Maharaj and Jashoda, Nanda, Nandana, son of Nanda. O Lord, O son of Nanda, with the daughter of Vrishabhanu. Vrishabhanu is the father of Radharani. So this is referring to Radharani. So, O son of Nanda, with the daughter of Vrishabhanu, be merciful to me this time. Oh, it's by Narottam Das Thakur. I said earlier wrongly by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Please excuse. Both these songs are by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. So then Narottam Das says, please do not push me away from your reddish feet. Without you, who do I have? Hare Krishna. So yes, Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And the next, in Bengali also, Hari Hari, Boro Shela Maharame Rahila, Paya Durlabatanu, Shri Krishna Bhajana Vinu, Janma Mora Vipala Haila. O Lord, Hari Hari, a huge spear has pierced my heart. I obtained a rare human body, but did not serve Sri Krishna. My birth has now passed in vain. Sri Hari, the Prince of Braja, again being referred to here, has descended in Navadeep and filled the world with divine love. But I am wicked-minded. I am especially and extremely obstinate. And this is a very good English word. Obstinate is like a donkey or a mule who just won't go where you want him to go. Just stand there, go, wah, wah, making sound. Just very obstinate. I am especially and extremely obstinate. So I did not receive his mercy. Means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Krishna, the Prince of Braja, has descended in Navadeep. This is Chaitanya, Gauranga Sundar. Next verse. Swarup, Sanatan, Rupa, Raghunath Das, Gopal Bhatta, and Raghunath Bhatta. I have had no attachment to them. And, oh yes, I have had no attachment to them, and Sri Vrindavan Dham, the abode of divine wish-fulfilling gemstone, I have never resided there. And don't forget, that is not what we see on the cover. And then the last verse, this is also just 4 verses. I am completely absorbed in the mundane, and I have no attachment to the Vaishnavas. Thus I constantly lament. Narottam Das says, I have no reason to live without the service of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. And so, as Srila Guru Maharaj said, Srila Narottam Das Thakur and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they are giving us our mood of prayer. They are giving us our mood of bhajan, and they are giving us our mood of living of our life. And so we've got these prayers which are quite different from what most of us were brought up with, the prayers of give me this and give me that, etc. But here we've got the humility, the extreme humility, and praying that, okay, I've wasted my life until now, but please give me your mercy, dear Lord. Radha and Krishna, they have come as Mahaprabhu in the land of Navadeep. and Balaram has come as Nityananda in the land of Navadip. And from there, their distribution of mercy is for everyone. But we are obstinate, we are stubborn, and even though we've been given good advice, we don't follow it, or we follow it to some degree, but not wholeheartedly. But this is the lament for the time that has passed. And so the purpose of the lament is that we will be able to use this moment onwards, 7:45 p.m. and however many seconds, 57 seconds, my goodness, onwards, Italy time, summertime that is. And for using our time properly in service under the guidance of Guru, and in the service with affection to the Vaishnavas who are around us. Hare Krishna. So, another wonderful subject matter for us, and another wake-up call for us not to remain insincere, not to remain partly sincere. We may look at ourselves and, oh, I've got some sincerity. But there is never full sincerity until we are really in the land of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, in Goloka Vrindavan, until we've got that grace of Nitai and Gauranga. So self-examination and the prayers of Narottam Das Thakur and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur are giving us our mood of progressing in spiritual life. Hare Krishna. And I do believe that just here beside me, Kumkum Devi Dasi has got something up her sleeve, if not in her pocket, to share with you.
My dear devotees, Maharaj, what a beautiful sentiment our gurus give us. And on one hand, it sounds like a deep lamentation, and we do hear this so much, but at the same time, it's completely encouraging because it's truth. They're also showing us that their reason for revealing this mood is to take us closer to our natural home, where we won't be on a mundane platform with our suffering. And there's a sweet excerpt here from Sermons 1 that made me, reading that final verse, where after all of the lamenting of how little he has, Narottam ends with, I have no reason to live without the service of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas. And then I found in Sermons 1, in that chapter 12, every word is a song, he says, O ocean of mercy, Sri Chaitanya, that mercy which effortlessly dispels all lamentation, that mercy within which absolute purity resides, that mercy within which supreme ecstasy is revealed, overshadowing all else, that mercy which ends all scriptural debates by its appearance, that mercy which charms all directions by its pastimes of divine love, by its absolute sweetness, may that all-expansive mercy of yours, the bestower of all goodness, awaken in our hearts. So this shows how determined our guardians are to give us all assistance and to keep us tightly in their shelter. And I also noticed that just one example of how they're constantly giving this, there's so many examples, and especially through the kirtans, but one that we sing practically every morning, Bhajan Giti, the first verse, the translation, oh my mind, how foolish you are. Just worship the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna in the forest of Vraja. Without such worship, there is no means of spiritual advancement. Give up all speculative knowledge and materialistic advancement. Give up all speculative knowledge and materialistic activities, and just worship Radha and Krishna in the forests of Braja. So we just need to continue and keep very tightly in our association with the Vaishnavas.
Jai. And a breather for the translators. I'm doing my best, dear translators, after being reminded again and again to speak slower. And really, it's impressive that you're able to do this translation. Hare Krishna. So, we have Chinmoy Devu here, who's always ready to share something. But also, I can open up to all of you. We have 40 windows. We've got lots of devotees present. We are in a gathering of devotees, and we don't want to only hear from this side. Chinmoy Devu will say a few words soon. But first of all, can we ask anybody who would like to volunteer some insight on this theme, which has been advertised as far as I know? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
it's distributed.
Somehow I don't get the adverts, but yet I'm here. Hare Krishna. My life has been used in vain, right? My birth has passed in vain. Yes, Lavanyamai Devidasi in London, she just bowed down to the camera, and I think she's ready to express something.
No, Marge, look at two beautiful speakers next to me. Like really eloquent, both. I'm not going to even. Like a swans and a little frog in the between, so.
Hare Krishna.
One like Ishorananda.
All right, well, I mean, really, you were voluntold, but we can hear from Chinmoy Devu. Huh?
He's very eager to say something.
Oh, I thought they were shying away. Okay, Chinmoy Devu has empowered you, Pandita.
Oh.
Want to hear from Pandita.
I would love to hear from Chinmoy Devu.
Okay, no fighting, please.
Okay.
I've got to keep you apart.
I'll share one thing that I've been thinking about, and that just came to mind as we were hearing these divine words and deep prayers. That recently I've been asking some Vaishnavas about different topics, sort of consulting them about various aspects of devotional life, and you know, about the mind and obstacles and challenges faced in seva, and coming, you know, always coming to the conclusion that really the 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 person I need to tolerate is myself. I constantly am coming to that conclusion, and that the obstacle is me in all regards. But every time every answer that I have received in response to these topics is one of how Krishna consciousness is so positive. Really, the solution is so positive. It's so optimistic. There's so much hope for the hopeless. There is, and to constantly actually choose that, to focus on that, to choose the positive in every circumstance, even the challenges that may come, to welcome them and say, Jai, wonderful, wonderful. This is a great opportunity for me to go deeper, to try to practice more sincerely, and it's all helpful. It's all such a helpful flow that's happening. But really, yeah, that conclusion is about the positive side of Krishna consciousness and choosing for that. And I feel that that is what the attempt is, constantly choosing. I want to align myself with Krishna consciousness, Krishna, who is all beautiful, charming, loving, powerful, positive, the supreme positive. And so these are the things that come to mind as we're hearing from you, Maharaj, and Kumkum Didi.
And Chinmoy Dev Prabhu.
And Chinmoy Dev Prabhu now, please.
I did see that Sachi Devidasi.
Yeah.
She
So-
unmiked second. Yeah.
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat, courageous devotees and lovely devotees. I was pondering over the title, A Birth That Has Passed in Vain. And we always hear to have received a human form that is the highest form, and to use that ultimate purpose or that potentiality of having that human form, that would be really without failing to worship Krishna and failing to engage in the service of Radha and Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, and the Gurus. And then I came also across this verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 1951, is that famous verse that you probably all know. I don't know it from my heart, the famous Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija, that according to the thread of their karma, the living beings are wandering throughout many species of life in the universe. And if one has got the fortune of spiritual merit accumulated through virtuous actions, intentions, and thoughts, which cleanses the mind and leads to favorable outcomes, inner well-being, liberation, or enlightenment, that has arisen by which devotion is facilitated, he gains the seed of the creeper of devotion by the grace of Guru and Krishna. That seed is good faith, Shraddha, Sukriti. That seed is Shraddha. And then it says, we must be very careful to maintain the good fortune, not to lose it, not to let it slip through our fingers, not appreciating how to handle the fortune, not squander what has come to us, that most valuable thing in the universe, that seed of divine love for Krishna, the most valuable thing. We must carefully garden that, nurture that, and protect that. And the guidance that come with it by Sri Guru and his grace, we must take this opportunity to show, to prove it. I believe it, my Lord. What is that great gift that comes from above, that comes down to us? That is Shraddha, faith. Yeah, that was my contribution.
Yes, sorry, our microphone was off. And again, it's about sweetness, all those sweet, sweet things. So why should we deny ourselves that drink? And talking about obstinate, they say, is an English expression. It says you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So in the previous days, you'd have a tired horse and you take him to the water, but he might not drink. And then what can you do? You've got a useless horse. So we are something like that. We can take us to the water, but we have to want to drink. And the thing is, how to want to drink, it's by association and it's by sadhana. And I was reminded, one of the devotees, one of you probably, reminded me just recently how Srila Gurudev, there was an expression of Gurudev we read quite recently, which is almost exactly that without sadhana, we won't get anything. So how about the opposite? With sadhana, we will get everything. Sometimes we need a bit of a reminder from below, and these expressions of Narottam Das Thakur and the parallel expressions that we find in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs, and here from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, then all these expressions, they're giving us a push from below, but as Guru Maharaj and Gurudev are doing, they're also giving us a pull from above, means to show that sweetness of that land. So faith, and how we'll get faith? By association, by sadhana, by service, by chanting the holy name without offense, all these different things, by honoring the devotees, by all the things which we've been learning over these last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And now Chinmoy Defu cannot escape. Chinmoy Defu, he's all wired, he's got the microphone on, it's a sign. And now he's silent.
Dandavat pranams to everyone. Very fortunate to hear from the Vaishnavas.
Come in a bit.
Hearing from the Vaishnavas is not a simple matter of listening to the words, but it's a heart-to-heart transition. And when the Vaishnavas have that pure heart and they are speaking, you feel it. And so we are hearing today from Madhusudan Maharaj, we're hearing from Kumkum Devidasi, from Pandita Devidasi, Pandita Rasamoy Devidasi, and Sachi Devidasi, some nectarian words that are entering into our heart, and we can feel their love and their connection with their spiritual master and with Krishna. And we are very fortunate. This is the type of sadhana we want to have. And now we come to me. So Gurudev would always say, whatever errors I make, whatever mistakes I make, you are very good devotees, you please correct it. So if my mood is wrong, if my heart is impure, I'm trying to give something of what I have heard. If any wrong I make, you please correct it and make it pure. But recently I've been listening to Srila Govinda Maharaj, and he was mentioning Sanatana Goswami once asked Rupa Goswami, and maybe I've actually said this last week, but I can't remember, that asked Rupa Goswami, what is a summary of Mahaprabhu's teachings? And Rupa Goswami said, Jive Doya, Name Ruchi, and Vaishnava Seva. So this Jive Doya, he's focusing a lot on this video about this Jive Doya. What does it mean? And in one sense, we can say it's the sadhu coming and telling us about the transcendental world, the beauty of the transcendental world, the nectar we can receive from that transcendental world. The object of all our desires will be achieved in the transcendental world. Everything's so wonderful, beautiful descriptions of that transcendental world. And that can attract us to that transcendental world. But also, the sadhu is also coming to tell us about the material world and what is the nature of this material world. And so we can see in these songs what is the nature of this material world. And if we are not worshiping Radha Krishna, if we're not worshiping Mahaprabhu, then it is a waste of a life. Then we are doing nothing. We're only going in that samsara, that cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, suffering, joy, pain, happiness, again and again. And there are some other songs that are even a little stronger by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where it mentions like our dead body, there will be a feast, the jackals and dogs. When our body, when we have left our body, this is the destination of our body. And also that we are chewing on what seems to be something very beautiful, but actually it's the thorns of a rose and blood is coming out, and we are tasting that blood and we are thinking, oh, this is very nice. This is the material world. So the sadhu is coming, and the sadhu is saying, like in the song, Jeev Jago, wake up. Wake up from this material existence. Because you could see that a great percentage of the population of this world, they're happy with their material life. They're going on and they are getting some enjoyment, they're getting some sadness, but all in all, they're happy to continue exploiting, enjoying, considering themselves as masters. They're happy to do that. And when some religion comes to them or some conception of God comes to them, they're not so much interested in that. They have their material existence and they are satisfied with that. So the sadhu has some extra work to do, some extra Jeev Jago for these people. Like, wake up. You are an illusion. Everything is leading to the grave. And Srila Govinda Maharaj quotes that famous shloka from the Mahabharata, where Dharmaraj asks, what is the news of the day? And Yudhishthira Maharaj says, the most amazing news of the day is that we see everyone is dying. Day after day, people are dying. But I am thinking, I will not die. This is the most amazing news. And we are, as conditioned souls, mostly in this world, we are not considering that. We're not considering that one day, at any moment, in fact, we may leave this body. And where will we go? We have built our house on the ocean of material existence, and one day that ocean will take that house. So why focus so much energy on the house? Why decorate the house so nicely and buy this thing for the house, that thing for the house? Well, one day, maybe tomorrow, the ocean will come and take that house away. This is what is our existence in this material world. This is the ultimate end of all existence in this material world. So the sadhu, he is giving this Jeev Jago to wake up and see the nature of this material world, and then the connection with the transcendental world. And how to get that connection? Name Ruchi. Mahaprabhu has come to this material world, and in the age of Kali Yuga, he has given this, the holy name. So we must try to develop the taste for the holy name by continually chanting and avoiding the 10 offenses to the holy name. And yes, and so that transcendental wave of the holy name has overflooded the whole universe, and only we have to try to connect with it. And so Name Ruche, we are trying to chant. We are trying to chant purely without offense, but we find that difficult in our current state. And so the last part comes. How can we chant the holy name without offense? How can we feel the presence? How can we feel Lord Krishna is dancing on our tongue when we chant the holy name? So the last part comes, Vaishnava Seva. service to the Vaishnavas. If we want to have that connection with the holy name, if we want to have that connection with the holy Dham, with the abode of Krishna, with his associates, with his paraphernalia, and with Krishna himself, it's through the Vaishnava and through serving the Vaishnava. So those 3 points we must try always to remember. And one thing that Srila Govinda Maharaj also was fond of saying, and he was saying at this point too, is that we need to be serious about our spiritual life. This is not a child's game. That we need to think sincerely, what are we doing for our spiritual benefit? Because this world can be very attractive and we can be distracted. And so we must continuously think, what am I doing for my spiritual benefit in the future? Not to be so much concerned with what has happened in the past. What has happened in the past is finished. And what will be in the future, that will be. But right now, at this moment, what am I doing for my spiritual benefit? This we must be serious about. We must always be serious in the fact that we have received a special gift from the sadhu, and we are not to waste it. We are not to live our life in vain after receiving such a wonderful, precious gift. So many people, they live their life in vain. But we have received something incredibly powerful and special. And if we are not serious about cultivating that type of consciousness given by our gurus, then what's worse than living life in vain? I don't know. But living a double life in vain. We have been given this, and then we are not practicing. So always we are praying that we will keep in this connection and try to remember this Jivadoya, Name Ruchi, and Vaishnava Seva. And if we can continuously think on these lines, then hopefully we'll make some progress in our spiritual life and always have the association of the Vaishnavas who will help us progress in that line. Jai.
Jai. Helping us to wake up indeed from this moment onwards. And now it's more moments than our last time, but we've had many moments since we said it was 9, whatever it was, 7:57 and 30 seconds or something. But each moment we need to try to keep from now on in that theme. And by the way, one point on the Jiva Doya, being merciful to the devotees, being merciful to the Jiva souls, so all Jiva souls, then we know about Hingsa, violence, and Buddha teaching Ahimsa, non-violence. And we read from Guru Maharaj a little while ago that it is one form of violence not to tell a Jiva soul about how to get out of the future suffering. In other words, not to tell them about the mercy of Gaura and Nityananda. So we shouldn't just sit back and watch everyone go into the jaws of death, as it were. We should try to be merciful and be kind to all Jiva souls and let them know that there is a way out. Maybe they won't be as obstinate as we are for putting into practice what is coming their way in the line of mercy. And here we have in the chat box a quotation from Navakishori Devirasi, who's right here. And she has read this in Srila Gurudev's book, and I think it is very good if she will read, because if you can read that translation with a microphone, there are 4 microphones in this room. I think you read the English. That's what you copied, right?
Yes.
So please read the English. Chaitanya Devirasi will give the Portuguese. It's in the chat box. I'll read the beginning part. This is her speaking, my voice. Today I read in Gurudev's book, The Religion of the Heart, and it deeply resonated with me as I am trying to understand the verses of the scriptures and the songs from the Kirtan guide. He said, this is Srila Gurudev said, that Krishna Das Kaviraj once explained, and this is a quote from Srila Gurudev. I mean, Gurudev saying about Krishna Das Kaviraj. Now this is where you read.
Okay. How will those who do not know Bengali or Sanskrit understand the meaning of the verses of the Chaitanya Charitamrita? Simple, listen to the transcendental sounds of the verse. Keep them within your heart. They will reveal themselves to you automatically. In this way, you will see everything. They are not dead matter, but a living substance. You can see and feel this. Jai Gurudev.
So this is from Gurudev, and you have it written there, so probably you could catch it. Navakishore is not Chinmoy Defu's English student.
Definitely not.
So I'll just read that. I'll just reread that, no problem. So Gurudev saying in the voice of Krishnadas Kaviraj, the Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj once explained, how will those who do not know Bengali or Sanskrit understand the meaning of the verses of the Chaitanya Charitamrita? How? Simply listen to the transcendental sounds of the verses. Keep them within your heart. They will reveal themselves to you automatically. In this way, you will see everything. They are not dead matter, but a living substance. You can see and feel this. So this is one quote from Gurudev, and another very short quote from Gurudev to keep us on our toes, and another expression, and all of these expressions can of course be harmonized together. And this expression, Srila Gurudev is saying, and this is quote, we are hearing every day these songs that we are, the songs of the songbook. It is my prayer to everyone, give attention to understand the meaning. So at the same time, we're hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita, and by the way, in Navadip, sometimes the devotees are in the kirtans, they're following the kirtan through, but then when it came to the reading of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which there is in the evening time, then sometimes the Western devotees, or usually, they're getting up and leaving because the reading is in Bengali. But one of our dear senior devotees, Hari Charan Prabhu, would always chastise the devotees with this expression of Krishnadas Kaviraj also. Just hear the sound vibration. Okay, you're not getting any English or Portuguese, Russian, etc. in the class, in the temple room, the Nat Mandir in Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Math. But the Bengali is there, so just hear that sound vibration. But in our kirtans, you see also Gurudev is praying to us all, praying to everyone. It is my prayer to everyone, give attention to understand the meanings. Actually, meanings, plural, Gurudev is saying, but the meaning. Hare Krishna. So today, these two songs of Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And talking about Vaishnavas, today is the disappearance day of Shripad Saurindranath Bhakti Varidhi. Now, we don't hear really much about him. We hear quite often the names of Madhava Maharaj, Tirtha Maharaj, these various Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, these various godbrothers of Srila Guru Maharaj. We do hear their names quite regularly from the lotus mouth of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. But here, about Shripad Saurindranath Bhakti Varidhi, there is a very wonderful glorification of his qualities by Srila Bhaktisundar Govinda Maharaj, by Srila Gurudev. And this was published in Bengali, first of all, in Gaudiya Darshan in 1969. So he disappeared from the world quite a long time ago. But it is just incredible to share the glorification of a devotee by a devotee. And Gurudev, devotees giving glorification to Saurindranath Bhakti Varidhi Mahadai, who he's glorifying. And we've read these before, but we can read every time, every year, we can read the glories of their lives. And it reminds me that there are so many devotees, and especially, as Gurudev says, about the disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said there were many great, powerful generals of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and describes that section as the Parshads, the eternal associates of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, of Bhagavan Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And that Bhagavan title, that was revealed, declared by Srila Govinda Maharaj. And he, always thoughtful and substantial, he was feeling the need that there will be some specific emphasis to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur for the grand seva that he did in showing the purity of Mahaprabhu's message and delivering that. And he himself, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that perfect sadhu when you see his life all the way through. And again, a parshad, but a parshad of the Lord, who has come to this world by the prayer of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So, as we know, the king comes with his associates, and also similarly, the Lord comes with his associates, and the pure souls come with their associates. And this article is too long for us to read just now, but it is there linked on the front page of the MAT website, scsmat.com. And I expect that it is also in Russian on the harekrishna.ru or some parallel website in Russian, and in Portuguese. If not available in Portuguese, then I'm sure that one of our Portuguese-speaking devotees, such as Chaitanya Moy Devirasi, might have like a little extra service and translate it into Portuguese for the Brazilian section, because our life is meant for glorifying Vaishnavas, only for glorifying Vaishnavas. And when we can glorify a super exalted Vaishnava, then what kind of expression is coming from the Vaishnavas in glorification? And about all of our family of devotees means all the devotees are part of the family of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Mahaprabhu's family. We must only glorify the devotees and see their glories. And this is also, as Guru Maharaj says, a trade secret. This is a secret of Vaishnavism, to see the good in the devotees, the glories of the devotees, and do that. Hare Krishna, Seva Rupa's mum maybe. Oh, is it Kaila? I don't know. I only saw the top of the head coming in. All right, anyway, let's not be distracted from the point of our message, and that is the glories of the Vaishnavas, and to be merciful to everybody, to take the holy name, and to engage in seva of the Vaishnavas. As we heard just now, Hare Krishna, so we are reminding ourselves. Jashodanandan Prabhu, he's put a comment. What is the qualification to preach Krishna consciousness? The qualification, we can say from Guru Maharaj, is whatever you know about Krishna and Krishna consciousness, even if it is simply, I know that to chant Hare Krishna is very good for you, we can share that with others. So whatever we actually know, then we can share, and we can't share something that we don't know. We're not here to speculate, we're here to say what we can firmly understand, that why the whys or why nots, but why we feel we can express. I feel this inspiration in Krishna consciousness because, and everybody's come here from nowhere, if you like, except one or two fortunate souls who were born into Vaishnava families here. But we've all come from some other thinking or non-thinking, and we've been drawn by something. So sincerity and to give truthfully what we know and what we don't know, we happily refer to elsewhere. And the elsewhere, really in the very substantial form, still today, with all of the books and the recordings, is to the lotus feet of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. Get to know them as much as possible. We cannot answer so many things, but we can say it is in the books. Guru Maharaj referred to his own books. He referred the devotees to his own books. Srila Prabhupada referred the devotees to his own books. Gurudev referred to the devotees to his own books. So they are giving also that importance that we can get to know them and their teaching through their publications also. And what is the qualification to preach Krishna consciousness? As far as possible to be under the guidance of a senior devotee, to do under guidance. Actually, that's a qualification for everything in our life. Not that we will invent something, but we will do under guidance. And so that way we get our checks and balances. We may be very enthusiastic to spread Krishna consciousness, but if we are spreading something which isn't Krishna consciousness, then that's not going to be helpful, it'll be harmful. And we all have the general instruction from Mahaprabhu, tell whoever you meet about Krishna, but we should always try to be engaged in such activity under the guidance of others. And as we tell others about Krishna consciousness, we will find that we will get challenges coming back to us. And so we get some experience to think why we came to Krishna consciousness, and also some experience to think how to express to somebody who's challenging in some way, how to express to them something which will be beneficial for them without giving them fuel to make offense. We don't want them to be offensive towards our gurus or the holy name, the Vaishnavas, the path, etc. And really, the theme of sweetness, beauty, love, and charm, which is what every living entity is searching for, as well as, by the way, avoiding death. No, everyone's trying to avoid death by one means or another, thinking they can avoid death. But also one of the songs, and I'm afraid I just can't exactly say which one it is at the moment, but where saying that I was thinking death will be cooling, I will get relief from this world. only to find that just death taking in another body, another form, going through the reactions, just finding just the opposite for the materialistic people. The materialistic people have so many troubles, and then they think, okay, I die. Then that will be cooling. But instead of being cooling, finding it's like Agni, it's full of fire, much more troublesome. So we want to live, but live happily, and that is certainly for us all. We can think that we want, put our hand up, we want to be happy, we want to live forever. And that must apply to everyone we meet. But as Chinmoy Defu was saying, you know, sometimes the illusory world just seems somehow satisfying. The devil you know is better than the, not devil, but the Lord you don't know. We can adapt an English saying. The English saying is the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. But we won't say that. We'll say the devil you know, they think is better than the Lord that we don't know. So we can try to let them know a little bit from those who we've heard from, that the Lord is rather good. Not only rather good, he's extremely good, merciful, generous, our greatest well-wisher, our greatest assistant. If we want to come to him, he's our greatest assistant to help us on our way. And we've been helped on our way. Here we are. Okay, so everybody's homework. We don't really want to give homework, but from the front page, this article about Shripad Saurindranath Bhakti Varidhi Mahodaya. The name doesn't exactly flow from my tongue straight away, but he's a Vaishnava, and we're very happy to try to get our tongue around the names of the devotees. Saurindranath, departure of Param Bhagavat, Shripad Saurindranath Bhakti Varidhi Mahodaya, by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Linked on scsmat.com on the front page today for this day. Hare Krishna. And it's 4:30 in the morning in UK in Australia, and Priya Bhakta Prabhu has been cooking in the kitchen already. Since 4 a.m. he's been cooking. I looked on the phone. I thought, what time is it in our ashram in Australia? So well done, Priya Bhakta Prabhu. I don't know what you're cooking at 4 a.m. on a Monday. It's not even a festival day. But there we go. It's the Govinda Dham is the name of the ashram in East Coast of Australia, near Byron Bay, near Surfers Paradise, these famous places. It's inland, it's a beautiful ashram made by hand by the devotees of wood, and made for kirtan, for glorification, and for cooking for Mahaprabhu and the devotees. It's got a huge kitchen, maybe the biggest, or maybe not quite the biggest, but one of the biggest kitchens I've been in of our temples. And there is Priya Bhakta Prabhu in that kitchen. Maybe our supreme controller of the internet, of our Zoom, can highlight the kitchen. Well, except now, can't see anything. Could see the ceiling just there.
He wrote the Lord's milk sweets.
Oh, you're cooking the milk sweets for the Lord. Smile on his face. All right, dear devotees. So let us continue, and let us not lead our life in vain any longer. Let us take inspiration from everything that we've heard today. Let us make our life successful. And in the association of each other, of the devotees, with much appreciation. Jai Srila Gurudev Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Srila Guru Maharaj Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Srila Prabhupada Om Vishnupad Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And Jai Bhagavan Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. And Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai. And Jai Shri Narottam Das Thakur, whose songs we were hearing, kirtans we were hearing today, Ki Jai. And Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. All the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we will end with kirtan. We'll end with Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. And if you wish to stay, you may stay. I know the audio doesn't come out so well, but we're going to chant anyway because we are right here in the temple room in Vila Govinda, and you may be with us if you wish. We'll be very happy to have your company, and I'll turn the camera to the deities who are right beside us, but you can't see. The camera's not so portable because it's on the big screen, but all the better to see you on the big screen. And who's singing Hari Haraya Nama?
Wait, Maharaj?
Srila Bhakti Rajan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
That is not a question. Dear devotees. So then are you going to lead Hari Haraya Nama Krishna? Okay.
That was a Sadhapin.
Savitri from Switzerland going to lead for us.
Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
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 Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govindaram Shri Madhusudana.
Gopal Govindaram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Radhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Radha Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Jiva Gopala Bhakta Jasa Raghunatha.
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Jasa Raghunatha.
Nishai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Nishai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Jai Shishi Guranga Gandharga Govinda Juki Jai Jai Shri Radha Gopal Juki Jai Jai Vishvashila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Samraj Ki Jai Jai Shri Bhakti Rakshara Dev Samraj Ki Jai Jai Vishvashila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai Shri Rupana Gugu Varga Ki Jai Sahaprasad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Sahaprasad Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Jai Shri Si Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai Jai Shri Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai all the devotees Ki Jai Zoom Ki Jai Sama Veda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai Sama Veda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nam Sankirtana Ki Jai Jai Go Premanande Switch mics.
Yeah, switch the mic. Hari Hari Govinda Govinda.
What about this one? Is it working?
Because he switched.
Govinda Govinda. And you can see Madhurananda Prabhu, our pujari of the day in the background. And we've got Balaram Prabhu, our French devotee, who I don't think you saw, but he was here all the while. There we are, Balaram Prabhu. Govinda Govinda. And Leelavati back in Israel after difficult adventure to get back. With a plane ticket, but no plane. Just seeing. Hare Krishna. Okay, dear devotees, dear ones, we see you all soon. Ashchi, Govinda Govinda in separation. Hare Krishna.